Hello and welcome. And on today's episode, we have a battle report, the first of 3 from the Welsh Open. Unfortunately, it won't be all 5 because 2 of them kind of just forgot to take photos. Because they were really kind of close games, and they were both at the end of the day. But we have game 1 today. We are versus John and his Dwarfs. So let's have a look at these lists, and then let's go through the game. So John was playing Dwarves, and in his list he has an Ambler Doom with the Rune of Preservation and Rune of Spell Breaking. Obviously that big Rune of Preservation just means it can't be multi-wounds, can't be insta-killed, it's really hard to get rid of. He's got a Dwarf Engineer with the Master Rune of Bursting Flame and Rune of Rapid Fire. So this is kind of him trying to be a shooting, clear off loads of chaff. Once again, I do think this is better on a Thane personally, but we'll have a see because he's got a Thane X. Just something about his Anvil, it is his General, just because it's going to be quite hard to get rid of that, and especially because there is that mission of kill the General in game 3, I believe it was, yeah. So he's got a Thane, BSB, Master Rune of Grumney, Rune of Battle, Great Weapon, Shield Bearers, Master Rune of Grumney on Rune of Striking. Pretty normal Thane, really tough to get rid of. He's always got that 5-up wards. Master Rune of Gromril, I think that's the 2-up armor. He's got Rune of Striking, so I think that's +1 initiative or weapon skill. So he's really a beat stick. He's got 12 warriors with shields, veterans, stand there, Rune of Battle, musicians, stand room. So it's a bit of like a combat res. He's got 10 quarrelers, which I think we both talked about. They're not the greatest. 16 rangers, filled to the brim, but with no shield. So they've only got 5-up saves. So my kind of minuscule shooting, such as some like a fireball kind of thing, can go for it, and also depending on like what gets into them, can be quite good. A cannon, which did give me a little bit of fright, just because it can one-shot. No, it can't one-shot my thing, but it can potentially hit my wizard if it lands dead on. A grudge thrower, which I think in this list I was most scared about because it can one-shot the casket, and losing the casket is a big deal because it gets rid of my -1. Because I plunked my casket, you'll see in the photos, away from his animal, so he can't dispel my -1 hit and 6-up ward. So I always had that basically in the entire game. He's got 18 armorers, which is a really kind of big kind of brick. The Rune of Head, Master Rune of Hesitation, so that's that. If I charge, I think I don't get my initiative bonus, I think it is. It counts as Disorders charged. Drilled. He's got 5 Iron Drakes with Triumph, Torpedo, and Cinderblast, and a Doomseeker with Master Rune of Alarak the Mad, which I don't actually know what it does, and a Rune of Wrath. So overall, it's kind of like a basic kind of dwarf list, nothing going in too hard or anything. We did talk about the game, about how to kind of make it better. We talked about like the type of list he wanted to play, because I think not Richie, Rob West, who came 10th with Dwarves, he had a kind of good list, this kind of style of like some big bricks, some good shooting, and it was proper dwarf list. So I put him in the right direction, but let's have a look and see how the game went. So on to kind of the deployment. So this one was hold the center. So in that middle, we have to kind of try and hold the center. We kind of just, it got to a point where we were just all deploying on this right-hand side for me, because obviously he had the hill. We rolled off. I was like, if I win that roll off, I'm taking that hill off you, because it would just make sure his grudge thrower doesn't get like easy shooting versus me. But he won the roll off to get the hill. We rolled off. So my deployment was pretty basic. I got 2 units of your Shabdi on the right, just to kind of just pepper down here, just try and shoot off that grudge thrower and the cannon and any Iron Drakes. And then my idea was come around the right hand side and come inwards. My big unit of Scares and Archers, I put in my Scares and Skirmishers around it because I was afraid these Rangers were going to like drop in my corner. Maybe it was a better shout to do that. But with Scouts, I dropped my Scares and Archers up top, and he dropped his Rangers in front of him to give him that kind of thing. And he didn't drop him in Skirmish, I don't believe. He just left them in open order. So for me, it's just kind of just basic castle. My game plan was good to hold the centre, and I've got big enough unit strength to beat anything, basically. Because I think in there I put 2 of my characters, just not my illusion. Because I wanted to make sure I got the 360 line of arc for that Mars Mirage and column. So I put them there. So I've got like a 53 unit strength unit here. My kind of plan is, because I did get TMP, is first couple of turns, come up and just going to try to shoot as much as possible, and then TMP in the center. And then it gets to a point where he starts coming into me. I'm like, I'm going to win this. I'm just going to hold the center, try and sit on as much as possible, which I should have probably done a bit better. And we'll have a look at that. So, kind of basic point for me, he's then got his hammers in front and then his warriors behind. But he's got his warriors behind with his Thane in the unit. And we talked about, like, I think next time you put the Thane in that hammers and you proper go for it and be like, this is a immovable block, because those hammers don't have shields. So you only had 5 up, 6 up, where at least that 5 up wall could be really useful. And his kind of game plan, I thought, was just he's just going to try and get up as fast as possible. He didn't put him in a marching column, which I thought he was going to do with drilled, but I don't think he actually paid for drilled. You know, he did pay for drilled on this hammers, so I thought he would go that, try and get as far as possible with that, and then just hold this center and try and hold off. But I believe I got turn 1, so I just moved everything up slightly. Or did he get turn 1? No, I got turn 1, so this is kind of after my turn, and I think his movement, maybe? It does look stuff that moves up. So, kind of thing, I've just moved up, I've done some shooting on some hammers, I've put down this column to try and block the cannon hitting it, so it just makes it a little bit harder for this grudge thrower to try and hit my casket, because I'm just like, I need to keep my casket alive. This is Elemental Spirit in the middle, but my kind of plan, I moved up, I did some shooting, I tried to kill off those war machines in the middle of these Shabdi. Unfortunately didn't. I just got some pepper shots off. I killed a couple of hammers, so I was pretty happy. My Scares and Horse Archers on the left, I think, come out, shoot, come back, but pretty kind of basic for me. I think now this is like my turn 3 or turn 2, so I think I got Plague of Rust on, so these guys don't have an arm save at all now, so my bow shooting is going to really hurt them. And then because of, obviously, well, I've got my Scares and Skirmishes. Obviously, there's going to be cover to this, but because I'm Tomb Kings, I don't care. So that's why I put my Scares and Skirmishes there. I made sure to show that I've got a line of sight with all my front rank to see, so everyone can see that unit without needing to move. I think a couple were out of range, so they didn't shoot. So he's starting to really get them up. He's drilled them around this to stop getting like dangerous terrain just to hold him, and he's really trying to just push down this center. But unfortunately, I believe this put them in a position where they could be barraged, and with that, well, I've just shot them down anyway, because I've got Plague of Rust on them, I've got loads of shooting. My snakes came in, I think I killed like 6 of them, or 5 of them with that, so they basically already made their points up. My Tomb Scorpion also came in and did the same, I think did 2 wounds, so he's lost like 5 to 7 models with here. I've been able to get rid of, I believe it was his cannon, but I brought in my Tomb Scorpion from the side and into a way, because into a way that he can't get grudge thrown because I'm too close, and also his Anvil couldn't see him, so we were a pretty good kind of position there. So my idea was I'm going to charge this up here, hit the grudge thrower and go through. Same with these kind of snakes, the idea is hit the rangers, go through, and then just start popping everything off slowly. He's actually got a point, I think, on the scoring board on this turn, or his turn 3, because he actually has a unit closer. So I'd say this is me kind of, I'm dropping in my Tomb Scorpion to try and deal with that and mess up that kind of thing. Just some shots from my Shabdi, saying like I'm just shooting down these things, and he's got one little guy left on a wound, which is really sad. I've then, in his turn, he's trying to really pressurize me. I've then just TMP'd my big block to the side, and what I should have done is with my reserve move, just move straight forward as well, because I had a reserve move afterwards to get onto that objective, just to make my life that a little bit easier. He's like, brilliant, fantastic, thanks mate, because now I've got running away, and that's the kind of the issue with this list. My Tomb Scorpion goes in, tries to deal with these rangers. At this point, I'm like, Scares and Archers are fair to game. Snakes go in, I think they do potentially one-shot this unit of rangers with impact hits. It's something, surprisingly, impact hits strength 5, that's the stuff with only a 5 up save, can usually go through some wounds, and then it's 12 attacks, poison at strength 5, hitting on 4s, so, and they're quite tough with T4. What's going to say my Tomb Scorpion is there. This is kind of after like a turn or 2, because just we were in the middle of it kind of thing. So if we look at the top right, I do lose my Tomb Scorpion because he zaps it. My snakes survive, but down to 2, so you get some points. And it's kind of just a gaggle in the middle. So he's gone like, oh, I'm going to send everyone in. And I think there was a big thing is he should have just tried and shoot this Scares and Archer blob. Because I went first. If you got it down to 9, I wouldn't have scored. So I actually won the mission, I think 3-1. But if he killed 2 of these guys here, I think I would have been in the same, if not more. Or I think he would have had more of his warriors here. So you would have actually won the mission. So there's a bit of a misplay there. But I'd say he's new to the game and we were just playing nicely. This Scares and Blobs, slowly losing models. I think I did move out my... what's it called? General out to try and kind of just win the last push and things. And I just didn't want him to die because if I started losing my everything, everything was like crumbling. I would also start actually lose quite a few points. But this is the kind of the game state end of game 4. So I've won this mission 3-1. My Shabdi were just normal good, just taking things down. I don't think I actually got to kill his Iron Drakes, which is really annoying because I dropped some points there. Yeah, I think the first thing I did with those Shabdi was just kill that Doomseeker. There was no I've played with Doomseekers versus them. I played versus Rob a couple times with them. It was like, oh, okay, if they get into me, if they don't get into me, they're fine. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna get that 110 points. But I've had them come into a unit 40 Shabdi, killed them, and I'm like, okay. And then they're about to hit something else, so I had to kill them. So I just lost 160 points or like 200 points. And I was like, I'm never doing that again. If I use Shabdi, you're going to shoot something, and they don't have really great targets. They're going to get rid of that Slayer as soon as possible, just so I don't have to think about it. If it gets into a range where next turn you can declare a charge, I'm just going to shoot them. Because they've got Baby Swiss Ride. Not dealing with it. I just want them gone. But no, overall, it was really good fun. Really good game. I'd say John was new to this game. He's in the Cardiff region, so I'm going to try and get him sorted out with the club. But no, really good game, and it was a 17-3 win.